In recent years, the usage of e-cigarettes among teenagers has risen to shocking levels. As of January 1st, a new federal law makes it illegal to sell e-cigarettes and other tobacco products to those under 21. With 568 already reported cases this year, the principal of Seminole Ridge High School says it is necessary.
It certainly has taken over a great deal of the discipline issues that are here, and it's a concern. We've had to send students to the emergency room multiple times because of the vaping that they've been doing.
Not only are kids finding easier ways to obtain these e-cigarettes, many are becoming craftier in how they go about concealing their vaping devices.
The vapes are getting a little tougher to find because kids are obviously hiding them in places they shouldn't. Last year we confiscated a few hundred. The highlighter still worked, but they had that in there.
Although vaping has proven to be a major problem among high schools across the country, many middle schools have begun to see the impacts these e-cigarettes are having on their students as well.
It impacts, obviously, student health. That's the first concern that we have when students are starting to expose themselves to potentially dangerous items that could have long-term consequences.
The ban President Trump enacted prohibits the use of all fruit-flavored vapors in hopes of decreasing the amount of adolescent users. However, the owner of a smoke shop in Westlake disagrees.
I don't think the fruit flavors were an enticement to kids because as an adult, I vape, I prefer a flavor.
The raise in age is intended to make it more difficult for underage buyers to obtain and become addicted.
I think it's an effective way to combat it. It'll definitely make it harder for people to find other people to get it for them.
79% of teens say that they feel safe vaping, and the number of underage users continues to grow with easy access to products. From getting them right across the street from vape shops like this, or the closest gas station to their campus, students can easily find what they're looking for. For WSRH Extra, I'm Ashley Pellicone.
Okay. Everybody, come on.
Many teachers are an inspiration to students. However, it takes a truly exceptional teacher to make a difference in students' lives. One of these teachers is Miss Adams, the American Sign Language teacher at Seminole Ridge High.
When I became a teacher, I felt like my student became my role model. They showed the respect and they showed the motivation. They showed me that we all can do what we want to do, what we can achieve in life.
One student, Lauren Plancarte, says that she looks up to Miss Adams and is motivated by her dedication to her students.
Miss Adams is a huge role model because it doesn't matter what life throws at her. She continues to never just give up and keeps fighting. She's just really inspiring.
While she may be an inspiration for others, Miss Adams has her own hardships that she is still working to conquer.
Because I grew up in a human world, I never really grew up in a deaf world. And sometimes I feel so isolated. I don't belong in the deaf world because I speak. I don't belong in the human world because I can't hear. So where do I belong? I like to feel that connection with people, human and deaf, but a lot of times I feel isolated. That's something I'm trying to overcome.
Students like Lauren understand what Miss Adams has endured in her life. By seeing the world from a different perspective, she finds inspiration, both in the classroom and throughout her everyday life.
Having a deaf teacher has allowed me to become more exposed to the deaf community. She's made me realize what it's like to see through someone else's eyes, and hearing her story makes me want to hear what other people go through.
For many students, Miss Adams' drive and determination is what influences them to step out of their comfort zone and become someone who will someday be a role model for others.
If I, as a deaf person, can do all these things, you can. If I can take Spanish, don't let anything stop you from doing what you want to do just because you feel like other people that you can't do it. Yes, you can.
Miss Adams continues to be a huge role model for many here at Seminole Ridge, both in the deaf and hearing community. For WSRH Extra, I'm Ashley Pellicone.
This is not just a teacher thing. This is for everyone in this county. Our vote matters.
Your vote matters. That's the message many parents, teachers, and students from all across the Palm Beach County School District gathered to defend.
We had a vote here in Palm Beach County in November of last year. 72% of the voters who cast ballots in that election voted yes on the question that was put forward by the school district. That's over 380,000 residents. Overwhelmingly said they support the question that was put forward, and we're here to defend that question because legislators in Tallahassee are trying to change the law to retroactively alter the outcome of our election.
The question CTA President Justin Katz refers to is that of referendum HB 7123, which initially decided on an increase of property taxes that was intended to give raises to teachers, as well as improve security in traditional public schools. The bill was then altered to include charter schools, angering many educators.
This is what we voted for. This is why we had over 380,000 people vote for this, which is 72% of the people that actually came out to vote. And then now for them to say, never mind, for them to take the money and bring it somewhere else, that is not what we voted for.
While support for charter schools didn't have quite the same turnout, educators and administrators that teach at these schools see the proposed revision as a way for their students to get support from the state.
I'm here to support our charter school students. I feel like they shouldn't have been excluded on the tax referendum because charter school students are public school students. But we could use it for security for our students to help keep them safe, for our fine arts, music.
Changing the proposed bill would have dramatic effects on school districts, as the increase in revenue promised by the bill is now under threat.
This changing affects the programs, the students that are part of these special programs that drives them, the programs that continue to support their dreams are not going to be taken away from them because the state decided, never mind.
It would change what voters believe they were voting on, and that's just not how democracy works. You can't change election results after the election.
The Florida Senate then voted to change the bill to what was originally voted on, keeping approximately $800 million in public school classrooms. For WSRH Extra, I'm Rachel Clarke reporting.
Today on WSRH Extra, we get a closer look at a rare and rather rotten arum buried deep in the dirt roads of Loxahatchee.
Also, we celebrate the 4th of July with some fun for the whole family. WSRH Extra starts now. On the first Sunday of every month, the Cars and Coffee Car Show is held for people to show off their sweet rides. However, last month was a little different with the addition of a car show for kids wanting to showcase their Hot Wheels. I had the opportunity to learn a little bit more about Mini-Me Cars and Coffee.
No bumping, no speeding, or you will have your license suspended.
In addition to looking at cool cars while drinking a hot cup of joe, this June Cars and Coffee introduced something new to include those who can't get behind the wheel just yet.
Mini-Me Cars and Coffee, it's a new club for the children between the age 1 and 6. When they come here at Cars and Coffee Palm Beach, have fun with their little electric cars, they join the parade, and we just have a great time, just like mom and dad.
For Liz McHugh, this new event was a fun way for her daughter to make friends and kick it into first gear.
I asked her if she wanted to do a car show and get to go around a racetrack and get a trophy, and she goes, yeah, I want to do that. So I signed her up. You know, around here you don't have a lot of places for the kids to drive their cars, you know, so it's fun for her to see other kids and race with other kids.
Not only do kids get to show off their sweet wheels in park, they also get to show them off in action.
We got to ride around the track, gotta go fast.
The owner of Mini-Me, Sydney Vallon, says he wanted to give his kids a chance to sit in the driver's seat.
Having my children in mind, when we used to do events with Palm Beach Classics, we always wanted to include them. So thinking of them, we decided let's come up with a new idea last year, coming up with Mini-Me just out of nowhere with the electric cars, and then we just started a new club.
As a fun way to fuel up for the summer, many parents sat in the passenger seat as their kids took the wheel. For WSRH Extra, I'm Ashley Pellicone reporting.
On July 4th, 1776, America declared its independence. Fast forward 243 years, family and friends from all across the nation still gather to celebrate. WSRH Extra reporter Dylan Backer takes us to the family fun and fireworks of 4th on Flagler.
Well, that's it for this special edition of WSRH Extra. I'm Ashley Pellicone.
And I'm Rachel Clarke. If you have any story ideas, please tweet us at Seminole Ridge TV.